Therapist and certified athletic trainer with the DMC Sports Performance Academy. Here with Amy, a marathon runner who's getting ready to finish or run her 4th marathon, Detroit Free Press Marathon coming up. We have gone through and we've foam rolled, we've warmed up her hamstrings, we've warmed up her calf. Now it's time to warm up her hip flexors. So we're going to have her come up into a stretch position. The first thing she's going to do is she's going to turn her foot slightly in so it's pigeon-toed. She's going to take her opposite foot and put it up on a box, a chair, a bleacher, wherever you're at getting ready to stretch. Because what we're going to stretch out is her hip flexor on this left side and her quadriceps. In this position, she's going to lean forward, driving her knee over to her toe position here, keeping a straight line between her shoulder, her hip, her knee, and her ankle, and going forward till she feels a stretch in the front of this left hip. Now we're going to make this three-dimensional by bringing her arms up over top of her head. Now she's going to tighten up her glute, her butt muscle right here on this side. As she brings her arms as high up as she can overhead, and she's driving this hip forward, she's really trying to get that stretch. She's going to keep this nice and solid and just push through her glute. Now that stretch again is going to be in the front of her hip. And we're stretching what we call the sagittal plane, which is the plane that she runs in as we're doing an endurance event. Now it's important though to warm up that hip flexor three-dimensionally, because also her body's going to go side to side. So Amy, come around the back side here, we get a better idea. Same position, she's going to turn her toe into pigeon-toed, foot's up top. Now it's real important to set up into that stretch first, to maintain this knee right over this foot during her side-to-side actions, okay? So you're going to hold right there for me. Straight line is still held from the shoulder, hip, knee, and ankle. Arms are up over top of her head. Feel a good stretch right here, right now? Perfect. Now she's going to shift her hips to the side, so let's go to the left. As she does so, her arms go right, now opposite. So she's pushing through her hip, and her arms, trunk follow, right to left. Maintaining a nice, solid knee over the foot position, so that the stretch, she has stability of her knee, but we're working on mobility of the hips. And now we're working again in what we call the frontal plane or side to side, because the body moves side to side during running. Perfect. Now we're going to finish up same position. We'll call it transverse plane, because the body will rotate while it runs. So now she's going to keep solid here, and she's going to rotate her hips, shoulders follow to the right, to the left. And the driver, where she should focus the rotation, is through her hip. Not just through her shoulders, that's the easier part, but through this hip, to the right, to the left. And now again, this muscle is being warmed up three-dimensionally. Perfect. Nice. And relax. We typically will go through each of those motions between 15 to 20 repetitions, forward, backward, side to side, and rotationally. And then of course we're going to flip it around and do your other side. Okay? All right, so now we've warmed up the hip muscles. The last thing we have to do is work on balance. So look for that training tip next.